So, the season 2 finale of Daredevil Born Again has dropped. And I have some couple to say about this episode. I really thought this was a very unique, great episode. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I really thought this was one of the best episodes of the show. Overall, I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was epic. I thought it was very intense. I thought how things ended was very interesting. I really thought this episode was really good. I really enjoyed it a lot. And so in this episode, Karen Page trial continues, but Wilson's Fisk and the anti-vigilante task force comes to the court, and as well as Jessica Jones, but Matt Murdock comes to confront Wilson Fisk and tell people about what he did, and reveals that he is Daredevil, which blows my mind that he went ahead to do that. Like I never expected Matt Murdock to do what Tony Stark did at the end of Iron Man, tell people that he's Daredevil, to the point where he throws his stick to prove that he is Daredevil after one of the judge or the attorneys says that he doesn't believe he's Daredevil because he's blind, and then one of the task force members says, "Blind man can fight," or something like that. That was a very shocking scene of Matt Murdock revealing to the world that he's Daredevil. And also the scene between Kingpin and Matt Murdock in court was very well written. With Charlie Cox giving a lot of range to the role, and of course Vincent D'Onofrio too. They're both really perfect for Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk, and this episode really shows it with their great performances. I really enjoyed their interaction with each other. They're one of the best hero and villain interactions of all time, honestly. And Karen, after that, between Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk in court, Karen Page, and also showing a video about Daredevil and Wilson Fisk. Karen Page wins the trial and free to leave the court, but Wilson Fisk is not done but in the city of New York City, and there's a war going on. Like Bullseye was trying to kill Kingpin as well and he also killed a poser as well, which I thought was very fun. And other two criminals, and but then the entire world, after Kingpin tried to give a speech to everyone, the entire city of New York decided to dress up like Daredevil and fight for Daredevil and fight Kingpin and the task force members. And the task force tried to stop them by blocking the courthouse that Kingpin, as well as Heather Glenn and other people are there. And Heather Glenn is kind of going in more sinister in this episode, especially at the beginning between her and Karen Page after they're claiming about what she did. But then Heather Elias' daughter comes and talks to the task force to people and the task force members. But then two task force members get complicated with each other, and then one of them knocks out the other one, and lets the city of New York go to the courthouse to fight Wilson Fisk, and things get very brutal. And of course, and Jessica Jones and Daredevil comes to the courthouse, and Karen Page as well, and they all fight the task force members. Meanwhile, the other civilians try to and attack Wilson Fisk, but he shows no mercy as he kills a bunch of them in very brutal ways. Like Kingpin's one of the most not one of, if not the most brutal, violent villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this episode really shows it, alongside when he smashed a guy's head in the car door in season 1 of the original series, and of course in the finale of season 1 where he crushes a guy's head. That was a very wild scene. And also, I guess the scene where he beats up Ice Cream Man and Echo, that was a very intense scene. And Kingpin's killing some of the civilians is very brutal in this scene. And I really thought the fight scene with where Jessica Jones and Daryl fight the task force members was very awesome as well. And I really liked the choreography in it. And really enjoyed the moment where all the civilians are with Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and Karen Page. They're all together, and Kingpin is only solo, bloodied up, and the civilians boo at him. You're a liar! And Kingpin tried to give a speech to the civilians. I did everything for you! But all the civilians tried to beat up Kingpin. But Daredevil and Jessica Jones tried to stop them, and Daredevil did, and gives a speech to Wilson Fisk about stopping doing what he's doing, and first he didn't want to, but they're seeing everything he's witnessed, especially right now with the civilians. He decided to accept Daredevil's offer, but then later, Karen Page and Matt Murdock go to dinner, which we saw in the beginning of the episode before Jessica Jones heals Matt Murdock, and then Karen Page and Matt Murdock go to dinner as well, and then we see Mr. Charles, going by the name Mr. Robertson, at the airport with Benjamin Poindexter, Bullseye. And then we see the return of Luke Cage reuniting with Jessica Jones and her daughter. And he said that things have been different. And I'm really excited to see. I'm so glad to see Mike Coulter as Luke Cage again. It is awesome to see him. I can't wait to see him in season 3 alongside Finn Jones' Iron Fist. It is gonna be a very fun season next year. But it kind of has a unfortunately sad ending as the police arrests Matt Murdock for his crimes, like attempted murder and assault. And Matt Murdock is not that sad or upset about it. Karen Page and Matt Murdock give each other a kiss goodbye before he's sent to jail. Meanwhile, Wilson Fisk is on a beach. So he's not in jail, he's just somewhere else, not doing horrible stuff. I wonder what his role is gonna be in season 3. And also, it kind of teases that Heather Glenn is the new Muse, as she puts on the mask and she sees a mirror reflection of herself giving a smirk. And I'm very, very curious about what Heather Glenn is gonna be now that she is pretty much the new Muse. Is she gonna become a serial killer? I mean, she was getting sinister throughout this season, and Muse has been haunting her for a while, ever since season 1. I'm very curious of how I wonder if Heather Glenn will be the villain of season 3, because I think I think it's time for Wilson Fisk to not just be the main villain every single time. I mean, he wasn't the main villain in season 2, but still. So yeah, this was a very, very good episode. I really enjoyed it, from like the New York battle in the courthouse. The ending was really good, really intense, really sad, and very intriguing. I really enjoyed the performance of Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Deborah Dan Wall, and Kristen Ritter. And I really enjoyed overall. I really thought this season was pretty good. So far, my favorite installment in the Marvel's television MCU. I really enjoyed it a lot. So, yeah, that's my review of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 8. So, let me know your thoughts and comment below your thoughts on the episode. And peace out. Bye.